In this video, we're going to be covering this very unique case for the iPhone 12 Pro Max. This is the ultra thin Torras case. On with the video. I'm listening to you, the viewers, and not showing you the unboxing at the beginning of the video anymore. So here's the product in all its glory. These cases are very popular with the previous versions of the iPhone, so they have every reason to be successful with this year's releases as well. And when you spend $1,000 on a device or more, you want to make sure it is well protected, and this case certainly will do that for you. The main thing about this case is the slim form factor. They're so thin, it's amazing. So it provides a very different sort of feel and grip to the phone, but it still feels quite protected. Unlike other cases by Torras, with this one, they don't claim any drop test figures, so take that as you will. They do feature military grade drop protection in their other cases, and this is indeed a very hard plastic. But can a tank run over it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure even that's what military grade means, but it's super hard plastic, right? And to give you an idea, this is the 11 Pro Max that I've got on the same case model. It feels really nice. It's extremely protected. So maybe they haven't done any testing yet because it's just the fact that it's a very new phone and they haven't had the chance to drop test it yet. The camera cutout. Now this is a very interesting change from the previous model. If you take a look at the 11 Pro model here, the raised bumper on the camera is very, very discreet, to the point where you're kind of thinking, what is he really protecting here? In this model, in the 12 Pro Max model, they've made a very more pronounced camera lip. It has a 1.2mm camera lip, which is considerably more pronounced than the previous version of the case. That means two things. There's good news and bad news, I'm afraid. One, this is the good news, it will protect your lovely new camera with all those new amazing new features that Apple brought out in the 12 Pro Max this year. But at the same time, and this is the bad news, the seesaw effect, which is my trademark, I believe, is real on this case. And here's a quick test. I know this is not quite a real test because this phone is the 11 Pro Max, but just to give you an idea of that seesaw effect. So yes, quite bumpy, but to be honest with you, I prefer that to having a problem scratching my camera module. So it's actually quite a good feature, I think. In terms of the screen protection, when you put the phone screen facing down, the screen lip is very, very thin. It's 1.0mm thin, so it's extremely thin. But that's no bother because with this case, they also send you some screen protectors, which I'll get onto those in a minute. When it comes to the cutouts around the case, they're very precise. They claim that on the website and on the case, and it's definitely very precise. All around the case, you can see quite a bit of thought has gone into the design of the buttons and the cutouts. Obviously, you've got the speakers and the charging. One of my favorite features of this case is the Anti-Fingerprint Feature. You may ask yourself, why hide this lovely design of the new iPhone with a case? But after the novelty effect that you get from this shiny new iPhone that will wear off at some point, you realize that the sides of the new iPhone get really, really mucky. You can see some other videos out there, and I'll post some videos here as well, covered in fingerprints, and it doesn't look that great actually. So the design of this case, being anti-fingerprint, is actually gonna help you in the longer run. It's the cleanest design out there. There's no branding on the case. Inside the case you've got the Torras logo here, but nothing that detracts from the case itself. It's really, really clean, and it has a really lovely feel to it as well. So they really focused here on protecting your phone with the least amount of bulk in your pocket and the least weight as well. It weighs 22 grams. To give you an idea, that is 3 times lighter than the mouse case, for example, which I also reviewed on the channel the other day. So considerably lighter. So if you're looking for a very thin and very light case, this is a really good case for you. It's quite hard material, quite hard plastic. Nice touch, but very thin and very light. Torras do have other cases, including a translucent option and an option as well with a kickstand, which I really like, and I will be reviewing that on the channel as well, so stay tuned for that. But if you want to take a look at them, I have the link right here in the description for you. The corners, well, the usual round corners that you'd expect on any case. To be honest with you, when I first saw this, I thought that's an odd design. It has this little cutout here, which is very interesting. The only purpose for this is that it makes it easier to remove the phone from the case. So I'll show you what it looks like on the 11 Pro Max version of the case. So very similar design, in fact exactly the same design, and also you can see here I've been using this for a few days and not much marks at the back. I mean, there's a lot more fingerprints at the front of the phone than at the back, right? So yeah, going back to the cutouts here, this is how you'd remove it. So from the bottom, so it's it does make it quite easy to put it on and remove the case. Aesthetically speaking, I don't know, I'm not a fan yet. It might grow on me, I don't know. I reckon they made the case so thin that the only way you could remove the case easily was by adding this cutout, and it kind of works. And you saw me doing it. It's I think it's actually quite easy to do that. So is it possible to remove it from the top as you would with other cases or the sides? Yes, but you'd have to apply quite a lot of pressure. So I'm guessing they had to add this cutout only to make it easier to remove the case. Anyway, before we move on, here's an important question from one of our viewers, Victoria. Are the buttons easy to click? Thank you, Victoria. They're very, very responsive. There's very little between here, connecting the buttons to the case itself, which means it has more freedom, and the clicking sound is very satisfying as well. Just to give you an example. Yeah, it's a really nice click, and the feedback is really good as well. In terms of charging support, they'll definitely work with wireless charging and MagSafe, but like any third-party non-Apple case, the MagSafe charger won't grip to this case as well as the Apple cases because it doesn't have the magnet element in the case, but it will charge the phone just as well. Now, just going back to the feel, this matte finish not only looks great but feels fantastic in your hand. I mean, it's a very, very silky smooth yet quite grippy feel to it. Just going back to this phone, to the 11 Pro Max. Yeah, it's really nice, it's quite grippy, and it doesn't feel very slippery at all. And it's anti-fingerprint. Have I said that already? Just love that feature. It's so satisfying not to have any marks on the phone, and it feels like you should be leaving marks here, but it doesn't. So yes, feels great. Front and back protection, no fingerprint marks, extremely thin and light. It's a great case. In terms of price, at the time of recording, this costs approximately 14 bucks, or here in the UK, approximately 14 pounds. And you can find the link as usual, guys, in the description. This case, unlike many other cases, comes with a screen protector. Not one screen protector, but two. So that's great. Now, normally I'm not a fan of using screen protectors with my phone. I quite like the glass feel to it, but given the huge size of the screen of the 12 Pro Max now, and the early reports we've seen of people quite easily scratching Apple's almighty ceramic shield, I think the screen protector will be a good thing to have with this case. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, you may also like these other iPhone 12 Pro Max videos right here in the channel, where I chat about some different options and different accessories for your new 12 Pro Max. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell so that you don't miss out on the great content I'll be bringing out. Not only on the new iPhone, iPads and Apple Watch, but lots of great gear in general and tech. If you made it this far, it's because you're really interested in the unboxing part, and I thank you because I actually like this part too. Every single case has something funny written on it. It must be a trend in the industry, I think. In this one, they say here that they use soy ink in the printing of the materials for this case, which I think is great. It's environmentally friendly. But then, look at the amount of plastic that they use, right? It's the case, the plastic, more paper, plastic. Obviously, these are the protectors, but come wrapped in plastic. Anyway. It's not that bad really. I just think it's funny as well that they don't say iPhone 12 Pro Max on the case. They say iPhone 6.7 inch. They don't really mention 12 Pro Max, but 6.7 inch is definitely the size of the 12 Pro Max screen. So I guess that's because when I bought these, the 12 Pro Max hadn't actually been released yet. So fair enough. So there you have it, guys. Not much of an unboxing really. This is the Torras Ultra Thin Slim case for the iPhone 12 Pro Max. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.